Okay, fine. So yesterday we have seen the concept of distinct. Okay, and I have mentioned that whenever there is a question of calculating the duplicates, right? The distinct duplicates. So whenever someone is asking you to find the duplicates, so what should be the first question? Can anyone tell me what first question which we have discussed? You have to understand the column, right?
Yeah.
On which you want to find the duplicates, correct? No? So that is why generally if in interviews or anywhere, like if the question is like find duplicates in this table. The first question is that okay, in which column you want me to find out the duplicates. Is it like the primary key column or the combination of some column? Like that you have to find duplicates. Okay. Many times I have seen students when I'm taking interview that okay, I will tell them okay, find duplicates in this table. So what they will do, they will take the combination of this name, subject, and marks. Okay, I'm not bothered about combination. That is why you have to ask that, okay, on which column you want duplicate. So directly, if you're taking the duplicate of all the columns, that is totally incorrect scenario. Okay, so you have to be very much careful. So now I have shown you yesterday that how to find duplicates. So few things were pending. We cover that. Same table like student I have taken here. Okay, so if I will execute this query, what should be the output? Come on, guys. I will execute this. What should be the output? Nobody knows. Why is this error message coming here? Any idea?
We have not used the group function.
Okay, we have not mentioned the group by. Okay, and I have mentioned yesterday that whenever you're using count of a star, what all columns are mentioned with count of a star, you have to mention that those columns in the group by as well. This is the syntax, and then I have told you that we will discuss this, that what is the reason why we have to add this. Okay, so fine. So now let me execute the same query. Okay, now you can see why B is coming in front of B3 is here. What is the reason for this? Who will tell me? Because
Occurrence
B,
is 3 times.
occurrence of B is 3 times. Perfect. Similarly, C is coming twice because occurrence of C is 3 times. Okay. Now I have a question to you guys. So here, do you think that name is sorted in ascending or descending? Is it sorted here?
No.
No, I want to sort it. So what I have to do?
At last order by
At
name.
last, I have to mention order by name. That's all. So for this example, what I'm trying to make you understand is, don't think that if you have used group by, you cannot use sorted by. You can use it anyway. Okay. You can see the name is sorted here. So, but the condition is this must be used at the very last. Okay, at the very end of your segment, order by name or whatever you want. Hope that is fine. So here, A is coming 3 times, B is coming 3 times, C is coming 3 times, D is coming 3 times, F is coming only once. So from this result set, if I will tell you that what all values are duplicate, so what will be your answer? What all values are duplicate here? It's very simple, guys. A, B, C, D, right? Because this is A is coming 3 times, it means A is duplicate. B is coming 3 times, it means this is duplicate, correct? So now if the same thing is in query, that okay, from query, because this is a small result set. So from here you can tell that okay, it's coming 3 times, so this is duplicate. But again, if you have millions of records, it is not possible to just look into the data and as per the manual analysis, you can tell that okay, this is duplicate and all those things. So for that, what to do? So for that, you have to give a condition that you want only those records where count of a star is greater than 1, right? If some value, if the occurrence is greater than 1, then only we will say that, okay, this is duplicate. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct, no? Then only we will say that, okay, this is duplicate. So we have to give a condition here that count of a star greater than what? Greater than 1. Then it means that we are searching for the duplicate records. Now there is a twist. Whenever you're using count of a star, okay, you have to use having. I mean, I'm not covering those aggregate functions as of now. So those who are having that understanding that aggregate functions, you have to use having. So guys, I'm not going to that sum, average, minimum, max as of now. So just concentrate on count of a star. When I will jump into those topics, then I will discuss that behavior of having there. Okay. So as of now, just remember that whenever you want to use some filter condition with count of a star or count of any column name, it in general count you're using it as a filter. So you have to write having. You should not use where. You might be thinking that then so far we have seen that whenever we are applying any filter condition, we are using where, right? But no, when you're working with any count function as a filter condition, then you don't have to use where, you have to use having. Okay, I will show you if I'm using where what will happen. You can see this is throwing error message. That is why please remember this. Whenever you're using count in the filter condition, you have to use having. Okay, so whenever in count, if you have, whenever you are having count in select clause, two things are there which you have to be very careful. Otherwise your query will throw error message. First of all, in count, what all columns you have used in select clause apart from count, those columns names must be present after group by. You see, I have used name here, so same name I mentioned after group by as well. First thing. Second, if you're using count as a filter condition, you have to write having. You should not write where here. Okay. And this order by is optional. If you want, you keep it. If you don't want, remove it. Your wish. I'm executing this query now. Now you can see A, B, C, D. These are the duplicate records. Why? Because their occurrence is more than once. Why F is not in this result set? This F.
It occurs once.
It occurs only once, right? It is coming only once. So occurrence of F is 1. So that will not be considered as duplicate. Duplicate means if the same thing is coming more than once, then we will consider that as a duplicate. So that's why you can see F is not coming here. Now suppose the question is that, okay, Tanvir, I am not interested at how many times it is coming. Don't show me this count of a star column. Just show me the names which is duplicate. Okay, just show me the name which is duplicate here. Okay, I don't want to see this count of a star. So what you will do in this query?
Remove count from this list.
Perfect, very good. Just remove count of a star from here. That's all. So do I need to remove count of a star from here as well?
No.
No, you should not remove this because this is the main filter condition. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me execute this. So now you have this distinct name. So from this, you can understand that, okay, this name are duplicate in this student table. Hope this is clear, guys. Okay. Any question on this? No questions. Okay. Good, guys. Okay. Now, similarly, if I'm asking that, okay, tell me in subject, what all duplicates are there? What should be the query?
Order by subject.
Perfect. No.
Group by subject. Select name subject.
Select subject first of all. Okay. And then
Group by subject.
right here, subject. And if you want to order this, your wish. If you don't want, you can remove this order by. This is not mandatory. Okay. First of all, let me keep your count as well so that understand. Okay. So if I will execute this, first of all, this query will show you that the particular subject, what is the count or what is the occurrence. Chemistry, 4 times. Math, 5 times. Physics, 4 times, right? So this is the occurrence of this particular subjects. Now here, if I want to find that duplicates, okay, let me add one more record here. Easy to understand. Okay. So now, why this is not? Oh, I given this condition. No? Let me remove this condition first of all. Okay, so here you can see chemistry is coming 4 times, economic once, math 5, and physics 4. So first of all, guys, try to understand if you're using count of a star and a column name, what is the meaning of this? Okay, so it means the particular subject occurrence. It will tell you that occurrence of that particular subject. Okay, now in this question, if the question is that, okay, I'm not interested in all this information, just show me the subject which is coming more than once or which is duplicate here. So what you will do, having count of a star greater than 1. So greater than 1 means those who are duplicates. Chemistry, math, and physics are duplicate. Now again here, if you want that, okay, I don't want to see the count of a star, so remove that count of a star from here. Let's show this. Is that fine? Does it make sense, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm writing a query and then you guys have to tell me what is happening here. Any questions so far? You guys are not asking questions. I have this complaint from you guys.
It will throw error.
Sorry?
It will throw error.
It will throw error. Pritish is telling this will throw error. Why Pritish this will throw error?
Group by we are doing for subject only.
So what have to do here?
We have to mention name and subject both.
Perfect.
We are using aggregate function with that.
So I'm using count here. So I have told you yesterday as well, whenever you're using count and select clause, and if you have any other column, so you have to first of all copy all the columns, Control C, and then after group by, you have to paste it and you have to tell that, okay, you have to mention that in group by as well. Okay, let me remove this having count of a star. This and show. Okay, before running this, what this query will do, what should be the output, what is the purpose of this query? Who will explain this? Hold on, guys, I know you know the answer, but please tell me.
It will check the combination of name and subject, and
Perfect,
based
perfect.
on that, it will group by and create a count, and it will filter the count based on having.
Right, very good. So now it will consider the combination. Okay, so first of all, let's do the manual analysis. A physics is one combination, correct? Let me write physics here. Okay. Count of a star. A physics. How many? What is the occurrence of A physics?
1.
Only one. Very good. 1. Okay. Next record. B physics. Right. Next is the B physics. What is the occurrence of B physics?
1.
1. Perfect. Okay. Similarly, C physics 1, D physics, A chemistry 1, and all those things, right? So this should be the output. Let me show you. Okay, you can see here A chemistry, and then where is A physics? A physics is coming 1. Okay, so like this, you can get the combination here. Okay, now in this, if I will ask you, that tell me the duplicates. Do you have any duplicate here? A chemistry is coming again. Is it there?
No.
It is not coming here, right? So that is what I mentioned in the very beginning, that if someone is asking that, okay, tell me the duplicate in this table. So first of all, you have to understand, or you have to ask question that, okay, on which column you want to duplicate. Okay, so from first example, I've shown you that if you're asking duplicate on the name column, so the output will be different. If you're asking duplicate on subject column, it will be different. Now, if you're asking on the combination of two columns, so that will be entirely different. So from this, if the question is to find duplicates based on name and subject column, so do you have any duplicates here? There is no duplicate. Okay, or else if you want, you can write this query, filter condition having count of a star greater than 1, correct? And let me execute this. There is no data found. Hope this is clear, guys.
Tanvir,
Oh.
can we use having clause? Can we use average here? Actually, we are using that name, subject, and count, right? In select statement, we having count. We are using count. In having statement, we can use any other aggregate function apart from count, right? It will not throw any error, right?
Any aggregate function, I have not come to that, so that's what I'm not explaining. But to answer your question, you can use average, minimum, max, or whatever you want. That's not a problem. Okay. And I will come to those scenarios. I will tell you. Okay. But right now I'm just concentrating on count. But those things are there in my bucket. Some max, minimum, average. So we'll try to finish this today. Okay.
So only one aggregate function we can use in.
No. There are no limitations on that. I will show you all these things. Just give me some time. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Any question on this, guys? That count of a star and this column names, how to get the filter condition. This is very important here when you will start working in project. No, so these things will come very repeatedly. Any question? No questions? Okay. Fine. Now I will try to explain you. 1 minute. Order by name, comma, subject. Okay, I think this will throw error message. No, I have used two columns in order by. What do you think, guys, in this query?
No, it will not throw it.
It will
not throw error. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Why have used these two columns in order by? What I want here.
First order by name. If name is same, then subject.
Perfect. First order by name. If there is a conflict, means the same name is coming more than once, then based on the subject ascending, you can sort this out. Okay. Okay, now what I'm trying to do is I will try to explain you why we need group by. Okay. What is the reason that I have to mention group by? Now let's try to understand why group by. Why you have to write select count of star. No. Star student group by. Right. So suppose if I've written this query, so the same concept. Okay. So here in this query, I have taught you that, okay, if you're using count of a star, and if you have any column, so the same column you have to write in group by, correct? This is what I have mentioned you. If you have two columns, so you have to mention two columns after group by. Okay, this is something which I have taught you today and yesterday, but I have not mentioned the reason that why, if I have count and then column name, why I want this group by, what is the need for this, right? So that's what I will try to explain you now. Okay. See, if you're asking count of a star and you have written name here, okay, so from this you want count, right? You want count. So the first question is, you want count of what? Suppose in this table, if I will tell you that I want count, okay, so count of what you want? You want count of all records, first question. You want count of name, how many names are there? You want count of distinct name, count of subject, count of marks, what you want? That is not clear, right? So then I've written select name comma count. So from this I'm telling I want name and count. So what is the occurrence of this? Okay, so then if you will write this, so what will happen? This will be bucketized. Let me show you this before this. Okay, this. Okay, fine. So when you're executing this, so what will happen? You will write name, count star, and group by. So if you're not mentioning group by, the problem is the SQL engine will not understand that on which parameter you want to calculate count. If you have written only name, comma, count star from a student, it will not understand that on which parameter, how you want to categorize the count. Okay, suppose count. So count, if I'm telling only count, that is not clear. Count of what you want? Count of entire records you want, count based on the name you want, count based on the subject you want, count based on the marks you want. Okay, that is why you have to mention that I want count group by name. So the moment you will write group by name, so what the SQL engine will do, it will create 4 buckets. Okay, first of all, it will take distinct of this. Okay, so what is the distinct of this name? So first is A, right? Second is B. Third is C. Then you have D. Then you have F and G. Is this clear? Try to understand this. Okay. So it will make buckets of the distinct name. So what are distinct name we have? A, B, C, D, F and G. Fine. Then what it will do? Then it will come to this part, that count of a star. I have to find count of this each and every name. Are you getting my point, guys? So if I mention group by name or group by name comma subject, whatever it may be, so it will take first of all distinct of that. Okay, so distinct name. What are distinct names are there? A, B, C, D, and F and G. So it will make this buckets. Now it will come to this select name comma count of a star. Okay, always select will be executed at the very last, and distinct and all the select distinct and all this will be executed at the very last. So then it will see that okay, user is asking for count of name, count of name. Read it like this. Okay, it is like this, count of name. Okay, you have to read it like this. I want count of name. So now it will start with A. How many times A is coming? 1, 2, 3. It will stop here. SQL engine will stop here, or it will move further?
We stop here.
No. Always, whenever you're using joins, any aggregate functions, correlated queries, CT expression, whatever it may be, okay, always the SQL engine scans all the data until and unless if any condition like in correlated query you have mentioned something like that that fails. That's a different and very special scenario. You don't want to cover that as of now. Okay, always SQL engine will scan all the records. So you have made this buckets. Okay, so A once, twice, thrice. Okay, A is coming again, it will scan, it will go on scanning it. Okay, it is not there again, so it will mention 3 here. Now B, how many times B is coming here? Once, twice, thrice. Then after this, do you have B? No, 3. Then C, how many times? So similarly 3 times. And this will go on scanning all the records. F is coming only once, G is coming only once. So this is the reason. Then this will show you the output in this fashion. If you remember, this was the output we have received. But that is why you have to mention that which bucket, group by, assume this is a bucket, how many buckets you want and on which particular column. Suppose if I will write the query like this, select name, comma, subject. Okay, count of the star from the student group by name, comma, subject. So here what will happen? So it will first of all search for this table in the entire database. That okay, user is asking data from this table, so it will catch it. Okay, this is the table. First of all, first task is done. Then what it will do? Group by name and subject. This is the most important. Group by name and subject. Then it will highlight this. Okay, this is the thing which user is asking to bucketize based on name and subject. But then what it will do? It will write a query internal. Select distinct name, comma, subject from history. It is like this. After this, the moment SQL engine will see that user wants group by name and subject. So user is asking to create buckets based on name and subject. So SQL will execute this query. Select distinct name on subject. So first of all, then it will find the distinct name and subject combination. So first is a chemistry, right? It will write here a chemistry. This is one bucket, correct? Then a maths. This is second bucket. Then a physics. This is third bucket. Then B chemistry. This is again one bucket. So it will go on creating all these distinct combinations. Okay. Now I have a question. Suppose this A chemistry, assume this is coming again, A chemistry. This is coming again. It will make again a separate bucket for this A chemistry. Like it here. Do you think so?
No.
No, because already A chemistry is covered. That is why I told you it will run this distinct. First of all, it will check the distinct name and subject combination. Okay, so it will make bucket of that first of all. So once the bucket kills, so this A chemistry will not be there because this is already covered here. Once the bucket creation is done for all the distinct combination, then what it will do after that? It will count the occurrence that how many times A chemistry is coming. Okay, A chemistry is coming here once. Do you have any A chemistry apart from this? It will go on scanning. Okay, one A chemistry that's present at the very bottom. So it will give here 2. So the A chemistry combination is coming twice. Similarly, it will search for A maths. Okay, it will start from here. A maths is coming once here. Do you have any A maths after this? No A maths. It will scan all the record. There is no A maths. It will put it 1 here. So this is the reason, guys, you have to mention group by. Is this clear?
Yes.
How the SQL engine performs this activity internally? So this is very important. First of all, you should know that how SQL engine thinks. Don't think from your perspective that, okay, I think like this. No, you have to understand how SQL engine is interpreting the keywords. Okay, then it will be easy to understand. So this was the reason you have to write group by and all these things. Okay, now the question is that, Tanveer, if I will write group by name only, okay, this is the query. Suppose the question is that, okay, if I'm writing select name, comma, subject, count star from student, group by name. So first question, if I will execute this query, what will happen?
Creating buckets on name.
No.
It will look for a
No.
name.
Look at the query first of all very carefully and then tell me what will happen. Is this correct query?
No.
No. What will happen? What's the error message? Group by
Name
function
and
is not
subject
there,
we
right?
need to
Perfect.
name and
Perfect.
subject we need to perfect.
We need to provide here comma subject as well. So I'm telling you that if I will run this query, this will throw error message, correct? Because I have not mentioned subject after name in group by. I think this is the reason, guys. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the question is that, Tanvir, why if I have not mentioned subject here, this is throwing error message? Correct? No. Why?
Yes.
What is happening? Why the SQL engine is throwing error message if subject is not mentioned here? First of all, is my question clear to you all?
Yes.
Correct. So if I'm executing this query, this SQL engine will throw error that, okay, you are missing subject. Let me run this here. I don't understand. what? Not a group by expression, something, but error message is there, right? So now we know the reason that this error message is coming because you have not provided comma subject here. Now the question is that why? What happened with the SQL engine? Why it got confused and it has thrown this error message? Now let's try to understand this. The moment when you have written group by, first of all, when you will execute this query, don't think that SQL engine will start from here because you have written from here. No, it doesn't happen like that. Any SQL query, it just starts from this one. It first of all, it will hit your table, that which table you want. I want a student table. It will scan the entire database and will search for the student table. Okay, I got this. This is the student table. First task is done. After this, where it will go? After this command, where it will go? This is done.
Group by.
Perfect. After this, it will go to the group by function. Okay, I'm telling this only from this query perspective. Don't think that always write any query after from it will go group by. No, the sequence is different. First of all, from, then join, then on conditions, then having where and all those things, then group by, order by select. Those things happens. Okay, I'm not going into that right now. From this query perspective only, I'm telling that first of all, it will hit the table. So the student is a table. It will search for this table in the entire database and it will copy that. Okay, this is the table. I have to play with this table only. First task is done. Next task, it will hit this group by name. Okay, user wants to bucketize based on the name. Okay, so it has started creating this name bucket. Okay, so the first bucket is A. Okay, so after group by, immediately you have to assume that it will execute query, select distinct name from a student. Now it will find the distinct name here. What are distinct name you have? A, it will write here. Okay, A is one name. Then B, okay, we'll write here. It's creating bucket. Okay, C, okay, this is again bucket. This D, this is separate bucket. Then I have F, this is coming one bucket. Then I have G, this is one more bucket. Okay, but A is coming again, no? So why I'm not written A here? I should write A again, right? I missed this, correct?
No, distinct.
No, this will not come because the moment you have written group by name, the SQL engine will find a distinct name. So distinct name is A already you have mentioned, Tanvir, then why you are writing here? This is not required. Hope this is clear. Now you have created bucket and suppose this value is not there. Let me delete this. This is not there. You have created the bucket. Bucket is done. Okay, this is the bucket. Now after this, where SQL will go? This is also done. Group by and all those things are done. After this, where it will go?
Select statement.
It will hit this select, correct? It will hit this select. That okay, select name, comma, subject and count of a star. Okay, what is happening here? When it will come to this select name, comma, subject, count of a star. Now the SQL will think that okay, user is telling me to find the occurrence, count of a star, read it as, let me write as occurrence here. Okay. User is asking me to find the occurrence of name and subject combination. Assume yourself as SQL engine. Okay. So now SQL engine is thinking that, okay, user is asking me to find the occurrence of name and subject combination. Correct? Count of facade you have written. So it means user is asking me to find the occurrence of name and subject combination. Okay, fine. Now when it will come here, it will start calculating from here that okay, I have to find the occurrence of A and chemistry. But here it can find A and chemistry combination anywhere. It is there, A and chemistry combination here. Can you see? It
No.
is not there. So that is why SQL engine will get confused that okay, a user is telling here that I want a combination of name and subject, but here in bucket I have only A. So so he is taking A and chemistry from here, but here he cannot find A and chemistry anywhere. That is why he got confused and it has thrown that error message. So this is the reason, guys, you have to mention exact column names in if you have used any column names in count of a star. All column names, whatever you have used, 1 column, 2 column, 3, 4, 5, what all columns you have used, just copy it. That's why I told you yesterday, just copy and paste after group by. This is mandatory. And this is the reason for that. Hope this is clear. Any question on this? Not clear. Want me to repeat this? Anyone? Is yes or no? Anyone who wants to
Yeah.
repeat? Okay,
Please
perfect.
repeat. Manish.
Sure. Perfect. No issues. Okay, perfect. And this is very important, guys. Please understand. Most of the students, if I will ask this question in interview, that okay, why you want to write group by after aggregate function or count, they don't have any answer. They will tell that okay, this is the syntax we have to follow. Okay, that is syntax, but why? Why that is the syntax? You should know that. Okay, please try to understand it again. The question what I have told you is that okay, if I am executing this query, okay, select name comma subject count of star as occurrence from student group by name. So you all you all have told me that then this will throw error message. Okay, so I asked the reason why this will throw error message. You told me that because you have used name and subject in the select clause, you have not mentioned here name and subject. So please mention subject as well. Then this will not throw error message. Correct? This was the response you have told me. Then I started thinking that what is the reason why I have to write those all the columns which is present in the select and why the SQL engine is throwing error message. What is the reason for this? Correct. So this was the problem statement. Now we are trying to understand what is happening here. So whenever you are executing any query, for this query only I'm telling, I'm repeating. Okay, for this query only, if you're executing this query, so first of all is SQL engine where it will go.
From table.
From table. Okay.
From
So
student.
first of all, it will hit the from table. So here from student. So okay, so user wants something to do with a student table. So it will scan the entire database. In the entire database, this is a student table, right? It will copy it. Okay, and it will paste it somewhere. And then it will start working with this. So he will understand that okay, this is my playground. I have to play here today. Fine. First task is over. After this, where it will go from student, then group by.
Group by.
Correct. It will hit this group by. Okay, user has mentioned group by name. It means user wants to group by based on the name. Perfect. After this, immediately he will execute this query. Select distinct. Oh, I've written name comma subject. No, so assume it will write select distinct name from a student, and then it will start searching for the distinct name. Correct. So what are distinct name you have here? A, B, C, D, F, G. It will create a bucket for the distinct name. Group by is also done. Any question on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
After this, it will come to the select clause. Okay, what the user is exactly looking for? User is looking for name, subject, and count of a star. So SQL engine will understand that user is asking the occurrence. That is why as alias I have mentioned occurrence so that this will be easy for you to understand. User is asking the occurrence of name and subject combination. Correct? Try to understand the meaning of this. User is asking occurrence of name and subject combination. Okay. Then SQL engine will come here. It will take the combination of A and chemistry. Okay. It will search how many A and chemistry is there. A and chemistry is coming only once. Now it will search the bucket of A and chemistry. Do you have any bucket with the name A and chemistry here? Any bucket?
No.
No,
No.
there is no bucket with the name A and chemistry. So now the SQL engine is confused that, okay, why the user has mentioned here that he is looking for the combination of name and subject and the occurrence of that. But there is no bucket. I cannot find any bucket with the name and subject. Okay, so what it will do, it will get confused that, okay, user is asking for the combination of name and subject. I've taken the combination of this A and chemistry, but I cannot find any bucket of A and chemistry. It will get confused and it will throw the error message. This is exactly same as someone has couriered something, okay, but not on correct address. Okay, so what the postman will do, it will search for that address. If it is not present, it will return that parcel. Correct? This happens, no? Exactly same. SQL engine is searching for this A and chemistry, but there's no bucket with the name A and chemistry. It got confused here, and that is why this is throwing error message. Same thing will happen. Suppose name, subject, and you have department as well. You have mentioned suppose here in department as well, and you have mentioned only group by name. What will happen with this query? No answer. Nobody knows. It will throw error. Again, the same reason. Correct? Okay. What if I will mention subject here? Now, in this case, what will happen?
Again, it will throw the error.
Again, it will throw error message, right? And the justification is same, because in the very beginning you have told to create bucket based on name and subject, but you're asking count based on name, subject, and department. The SQL is confused here. Okay, hope this is clear, guys. Anyone who wants me
Yeah.
to repeat this? Any question on top of this?
No.
Where I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, in this pictorial way, you have explained that why we can't use group by different select statement, different groups, and group by differently. And I wanted to know why we can't use where clause here, because it's a kind of
Why?
a table format, right? We're getting
Okay.
so
Okay.
in a logically way, you have explained that how the SQL engine will think
Group.
background how it will work, but why it is excluding the where clause and it is accepting only having clause. So in same question, same post I have seen yesterday, you have commented some scenario where
Okay. Correct.
yeah, you have commented one scenario where we can use where clause also with the
Oh.
so I wanted to know both the thing. The what is your comment? Actually, I didn't get your comment.
Okay.
And first thing, and why we can't use having clause here, because it's a kind of table structure only. So we can use where clause also, right? Why only having?
Okay. You are correct. So that post I have to search. Okay, first of all,
You can see in activities.
activities I can see. 1 minute here. Let me see activities if it is anyone. 1 minute here. That's the Zulia. I remember I have commented something. This is getting hanged. Okay. Activities, person activities, fine.
Yeah,
I think this is the one, correct. Yeah. Okay, so okay, so this was very good post actually. Very good post. Someone has posted this. Okay, but here they have mentioned that this is the only one. No, I'm not
yeah,
sure. This is okay. This is the one, right?
here only you commented.
So here somewhere they have mentioned that we cannot use where with aggregate functions. I think where is that? Yeah. The where clause in my can use with like this one. Where clause okay. Condition group by. So what they have? Okay, I remember what they have mentioned that where clause should not be used with the aggregate function. That is what they have mentioned somewhere, and I'm not searching. I'm not able to find it out. But that was the thing they have mentioned, that where clause. So Pritesh, I'm telling this to you only. Maybe others they cannot understand. Guys, please pardon me. Okay, just to answer Pritesh's question, what he has asked. So first of all, this post was very useful. This is very interesting post. The user who has mentioned the very good effort. I appreciate that. So he or she has mentioned that where clause should not be used in aggregate. That is also correct. Generally, where should not be used in aggregate, but there is a exceptional scenario. That is what I mentioned here. There is a scenario in correlated query where we can use count with where. Okay, so generally what she was trying to explain is that count, whenever you're using count, and same thing I have told you as well, that if you're using count in filter condition, you see this is a filter condition, right? So if you're using count in filter condition, you have to use having always, correct? That is what mentioned in the post, Pritish. But then I told that, okay, there is an exceptional scenario where in correlated query, you are using count in the filter condition. You see, this is the filter condition. Okay, and I have used count. I'm not explaining the full query now. Okay, this will take time and we will cover this in correlated query when we will cover that. Okay. So, but just I'm highlighting this, that I'm using count here in filter condition, but you can see I have used where. Nowhere I have used having condition. That is why that is what I highlighted here, that even it is not always mandatory that count means blindly you have to use having. No, there are few scenarios that you're using count and filter, but you are using where condition. That is what I have mentioned here. Is this clear, Pritesh? You understood?
Yeah, it's a part of correlated query, right?
Correlated query. Yeah, when I will come to that, no, I will teach you this. Okay, what this query is doing. Very interesting part. Okay, fine. What was the second question?
The first question was how the SQL thinking SQL engine is thinking to use
Correct.
having clause.
Got it, got it. So your question is that whenever we are using count star, minimum, max, average, why we have to use having in filter condition? Why not where? I think this is the question, right?
Yeah. How the SQL thinking this? Yes.
Okay. So Pritish, give me some time, okay, because I will deviate from my agenda. I have completed this count part. Let me cover this sum, max, minimum, average. Once this is done, then I will tell you that why we are using having when this aggregate functions. And that's very interesting. Okay, so give me some time. Is that fine?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Similarly, like I have told yesterday that give me some time, then I will tell you that why we need group by. Because if I will start telling that now, so maybe the audience will get confused. But I will cover that part. Okay.
Yeah.
So fine, perfect. Very good question. Any question on top of this? Anyone? Please let me know if you have any question. Is it clear? The very important concept, guys. Okay. Fine. If you think this is clear to you all, so done with this. What is the next having we have done? Distinct we have done sum. Okay, let's cover this sum part. Okay, I think we have this student table intact here. This is a bit slow today. Okay, fine. Now same table structure, everything is same. Okay, now someone is telling me that, okay, tell me the total sum of marks. Suppose your college principal is saying that, okay, tell me the total marks scored by all the students in all the subjects. I know this is a weird question, but assume that this is a question that, okay, tell me the total marks scored by all the students. So what you can do, you can use this sum function, sum, and just write the column which you want to add sum of marks from a student. That's all. Okay. If I will execute this will give me the sum of all the marks. This is again very useful keyword of SQL word. 230 is the total marks scored by all the students. So it means if you will add all those things, 10, 15, 25, and all those things, no, you will get 230. Okay. Suppose in this you have some other column as well, which is like age. Okay, something like that, or any other value column. So you can add that as well. So don't think that we can add only marks. So what all number columns you have, you can add it, just use the sum function, and then you can get this output. Is this clear? Sum function, correct? Okay. So this sum of marks is giving me sum of the marks of all the students, right? But suppose if the question is that, no, I don't want sum of marks of all the students. Tell me the marks student wise, that total marks is scored by A, total marks is scored by B, total marks is scored by C, like that. I want that information. That is again very simple. Just you have to write the name comma sum of marks. It means you want, so try to read this. So what is the meaning of this? You want sum of marks based on the name. Okay, for each and every name, distinct name, tell me sum of marks. This will work exactly same as count what I have taught you now. So again, after this, you have to write group by. Same thing, same syntax, group by name. So now if you will execute this query, it will give you total marks student wise or name wise. Let me run this now. Okay, let me sort this as well. It's easy to read it. Order by name. Okay, this is the output. So what is the meaning of this output? What you understood from this? Tell me. Who will explain this?
Giving the total sum of the marks scored by the students.
Each students. So in front of A, I have 45. It means total marks scored by A is 45. If you want, you can verify this. A has scored 10 in physics, 15 in chemistry. 15 plus 10 is 25. Then 20 in math. 25 plus 20 is 45. That's why A has scored 45. Similarly, B has scored total 75. C has scored total 45. Like this, you can get the sum of marks of each and every student. So this is the functionality of sum command. Is this clear? Any question on this? Now, maybe you can ask that, okay, tell me total marks based on subject, that in physics, what is the total marks scored? In chemistry, what is the total marks scored, like this. So what you will do in this query?
We will add a where clause yeah, after from.
Where? No, why? No.
Group by. In
No,
group
no,
by,
no.
we can put the subjects.
That is what I'm telling. Now you want total marks based on subject.
Okay.
Earlier you want total marks based on name. So you have written name here. So now you want based on subject. So instead of name, just write subject here. Okay. And same subject you have to mention after group by. And the justification is same what right now I have taught you in regard with count. Same thing. Okay. Shall I execute this? Not a group by function. Group by, also group by subject. Different here.
Order by.
Okay.
Order base.
This was very interesting here. Okay, is this fine? Total marks are scored in chemistry is 85. Total marks are scored in economics is 10. In math 35. In physics 50. Any question on this? Anyone?
No,
Any
sir.
question? No questions. Okay, fine. Suppose you want to calculate on the combination. This syntax of sum is exactly same as count. Now I'm showing you the combination of this name comma subject. Let me execute this query. Error message. Why this error message is coming?
Group by.
Again, the group by, we have to include name.
Correct. Again, I've done the same mistake. I have used here sum. So whatever column, what all columns I have mentioned in select clause. So you have to copy that.
Only that the order of the select statement should be same as a
No,
by statement.
no. That is not mandatory. I think same question someone has asked yesterday, but that is not mandatory. You got this answer? In A chemistry has scored 15, B chemistry has scored 30. So like this, it will create bucket and then it will give the summation of that. Let me change the order here. I think Mrinal has asked, so no, I'm not sure. Name, subject, name. This is what you're asking, right? Same output. But you have to be careful with this order, the order of this column in order by clause. This is very important. This is not through error message, but the output will be different from that, from what we're expecting. Okay, so any question on this sum by? No questions. Then similarly, you have max, minimum, and average. Let me show you quickly. This is very simple. That's right. Now guess if I will execute this, what should be the output?
Maximum of marks.
The maximum of marks in this entire set of records. Which one is the maximum marks?
30.
30, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me execute this. 30. Is this correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want maximum student wise. Okay, I want maximum student wise. Okay, what is the maximum marks is scored by A? What is the maximum? Our highest marks is scored by B. Highest marks is scored by C, like that. So I will write name, comma, maximum marks on student. Okay, error message. Why
Group
this error
by.
message is coming? Oh, sorry, I
We will
forgot
have
group
to.
by. Okay, good catch. Group by name I will write here. Okay, perfect. By name. Okay, now the output is not sorted. What I have to do?
Order by.
Order by. Yeah, very good. A, B, C, D, F, G, output is sorted. Why this 20 is coming front of A? Because 20 is the maximum marks A has scored. Correct, no? If you'll check, A has scored 10 here, A has scored 15 here, A has scored 20 here. This is the maximum marks scored by 20. Similarly, B has scored maximum 30. So the maximum score by B is 30. Is
Can
this
we
clear?
do, yeah, can we do order by maximum mass?
No. You cannot use that. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
So we have to use
Yeah, that how you can do if you want that. That okay, no, Tanvir, I want to sort this. I want to see the you have to use subquery that I want to use this. I want to see this in descending order of maximum mass or in descending order. So you have to use subquery. Then I will come to that subquery. I will teach that part. Okay. But here you should not do that. Okay. Okay. So maximum marks. This is again. I think this is clear. You can play with this name or you can keep subject. Suppose subject wise, if you see maximum marks, so just write subject here. And then mention subject here as well. Okay, and then you write subject here as well. Is this clear? Maximum in chemistry is 30. Maximum in economics is 10. Maximum in maths is 30. Maximum in physics is 20. Or if you want a combination, you can use the combination of name and subject. Your wish. Is this clear? Any question?
No.
Similarly, you have minimum. Okay. Let me show you the minimum as well. Exactly same as maximum. Everything will be same. Just replace max with minimum. It will show you the minimum marks. In chemistry, minimum is 10. In economics, minimum is 10. In maths, minimum is 10. Physics, minimum is 5. You want based on the name instead of subject, write name here. Write name here. Write name here. Oh, this is clear. Any question on this? Sum, maximum, minimum, count. Come on, guys. If you have any question, please tell me.
We can use where with some like if you want to get the name and get the name of the students whose the sum of marks greater than we can have a definite value means greater than 20 or
correct. We can use that with having clause. I will cover that having part filter condition. Right now, just I've introduced this keywords, but you are correct. We can use those conditions like I have shown you for count now, having count greater than 1. We can do all those things. We'll see all those things in subquery. Okay.
Okay, so cannot we use where clause there?
No. Count, sum, max, minimum. Generally, you should not use where. You have to use having. But I will show you some exceptional scenarios where you can use where.
Before that, in form student, after that we can use where's condition that only this student only we are looking for the aggregate function. Yeah, here only we can mention where condition, and like this if you're looking for any maths or something, so it will look for a set of the particular things. Before group by, we can create a where condition here, right?
For group by, we can create a where condition. Here you are telling?
Yeah. If we do like, for example, I'm not getting the scenario.
I got your point. I got your point. So suppose I have created here maximum of marks from the subject, and you're not interested in calculating the maximum from all the subjects. We're interested only in chemistry. That I want the maximum of chemistry only. So you can write subject is equal to chemistry. Your wish, not an issue. That having which I have told you, that will come into picture when you are using this max marks. Okay, I think this was the one you are asking, right?
Yeah. Set of things before group by, we are using filter condition to reduce the set of the reduce size of the table. So we can do the group by model, like if you want only chemistry and physics only, and we don't want maths. So even the group by also will have less load to calculate, right?
Right.
So
perfect. So you can use that. Okay. For others, please don't get confused with why I have written here, where, and having, and all those things. So I will cover all those things. Okay, down the line, those things will come. So just concentrate on the part which I have taught, and we will cover this combination of where, having, and all those things maybe tomorrow. Okay, any question on this? Till so far, what I have taught? Any question? Have you understood the core concept, that how it is working, what the functionality of max, minimum, some why I have to use group by, where I have to use having, and all those things? Is this clear? Any question?
Then we're on the statement line number 21.
Yeah.
We were saying that the order of the column mentioned in the select and group by matters, right? So I did not get how it differs.
Select and group by. Okay. Very good. Very good. See, in this query, I have written name, comma, subject, sum of marks. So I want sum of marks based on the name and subject, right? And then I have taught you that whenever you're using sum, count, minimum, max, and all those things, so you have to use group by. Correct? This is clear now. You have to use group by. Then I have told you that what all columns you have used in select clause, just copy all those columns, okay, and paste here. This is what I have taught you. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Then someone, I think Pritesh or Minal, someone has asked me that, okay, Tanvir, is it mandatory to use the same sequence? Like here, I have used name first and then subject, right? So do I have to write in that order only, name, comma, subject, or I can write subject first and then name? This was the question. So I told that doesn't matter. The order is not important here. You see, this here name is coming first and then subject, but here I have changed the order. I am writing subject first, then name. So this is not a problem. You can write in whatever order you want in group by. That is not a problem. The only condition is what all columns you have used in select clause. All those columns must be present in group by. I am not bothered about order of sequence here in group by. That is not important. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Are you sure this is clear? I want to repeat. I'll repeat this.
This is clear, but I
Order
heard
by.
something like if the order is different,
Correct.
it will give a different result or something.
Correct. I have mentioned that. So, okay, if so far is this clear or not? You understood the behavior of group by?
Yeah.
So if you're writing name first and then subject, it is not mandatory that in group by again you have to write name first and subject then. It is not mandatory. You can change the order. In group by you have this flexibility, but not in order by. Okay, from this what I'm telling is, suppose this is name comma subject, right? Name comma subject. I'm writing here order by name comma subject. First of all, order by is not mandatory. This is just for the display purpose. Okay. Now, if I'm executing this query, look at the output, what you're getting. Name is sorted in order, ascending order, and then subject is getting sorted, right? First of all, name is getting sorted, and then when there we have same name, subject is getting sorted in ascending order. Correct? This is correct, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm executing one more query, and then tell me what is the difference in output of this two query. If you see here, the only difference what I have done here is I have changed the sequence of order by. Yeah, the name was coming first and then subject, but here subject first and then name. Now I'm executing this one. So what's the difference? Here you're getting first of all the chemistry, correct now? And then economics, then mathematics, then physics, correct? So in this, what happened? First of all, the query is sorting based on the subject. All the chemistry is there. When you have same chemistry, then it is sorting based on the name A, B, C, D. Is it clear?
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah.
So that is what I told, that sequence matters in order by, but in group by sequence that doesn't matters. So here in order by, if you're changing the sequence, you will get the same output, but the display will be different. Here you see it is sorting based on the subject. All the chemistry is coming first because C is in alphabetical order. C will come first, then E economics, then M maths, then physics. Correct. That is what I told you. Sequence matters in order by, but that doesn't matter in group by. Any other question? Okay, if no question, I think we can wrap up now. I will share a few assignment questions, but please complete the previous questions as well. And then we need to discuss all the assignments. Okay. So fine, guys. Thank you. We'll connect again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, Ramesh. Thank you.